Hello everyone, this is Korith Landwalker, and tonight we have another exciting episode of Star Trek Online, which of course seems to be a black screen right now. Thank you. Man, sometimes getting this thing to work with me sometimes. Ugh. Well, tonight we're going to continue the adventure of Dahar Master Jadan. Formerly a character I viewed as a houseless warrior, but you know, once you get to be a Dahar Master, I kind of feel that by now you're the head of a new house. So, yay, House of Jadan! Unfortunately, he's had to back that up a bit since he's been in the Delta Quadrant, dealing with the, shall we say, I'm not going to call them evil, because Star Trek really doesn't do the whole good-evil thing. Let's just say the highly antagonistic Vaadwaur. He's just finished a ground campaign on Kobali Prime. And now, it's time to stop playing defense and start going on the offense again. But first, Administrivia. So let's open things up here, and you'll notice that I've got a personal endeavor already complete here. I'm kind of doing a little something with a different character right now that might actually do some good things for whenever I wrap up Jadan's story. I figure that'll probably be by the end of the year, most likely. That's one of the little details when you have so many, when you only do so many streams a night. Not important. Let's take care of the Administrivia before we get hip deep into it, shall we? Once again, I am trying to get myself to level 10 engineering. Higher would be better, but at least at level 10 I can start justifiably making upgrade kits for my engines. How well that works out? Well, it's still a work in progress. We're at level 9 though, so it may not be horribly long. Maybe just a couple more weeks before he kicks over to level 10 and can use the better upgrade kits. Or at least he'll be able to manufacture them. Let me rephrase that. You can use them anytime you want if you have them. And you can always buy them off the exchange too, but good heavens, why would I do that? I do feel it important to mention that I do have endeavors available to me at this time. I haven't really been paying too close attention, but it kind of snuck up on me here. Endeavors are, I'm not entirely sure how often they refresh, although clearly the Universal goes at least more than a day. And the personal, it might be daily, I'm not 100% sure. And the perks that open up from them is account-wide. They're all account-wide. So all my characters have these extra bonuses of 8% extra hull for my ships, 4% better impulse speed, and so on and so forth. The endeavors themselves, dreadnoughts. Huh. And that was an easy one? Huh. Defeat Gorn. Yeah, that's not happening. Hull healing. Well, that's doable. I have to repair 150 hull to myself or allies while in space during combat. That's a respectable one. I believe I could conceivably get there. Now, I've also got the option to reroll on these things, but I almost never use them. If I ever got hardcore on this kind of thing, I would, but so far, it is what it is, right? Oh, and the Universal is Gone Cross Sector, battleships. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen today. So I'm not going to worry about that. And when you do the endeavors and you complete them, you get progress towards the next perk point. I can't remember what the maximum endeavor rank is. It's pretty high. But the reason why that's worth mentioning is because of Klingon recruitment. when you're Klingon recruitment, you have perk point, excuse me, you have the rewards that open up when you earn perk points with the Klingon recruit. How that's going to work, I'm not really sure. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. Especially seeing as that the rewards tend to be... Huh. Okay, some of these rewards are actually pretty good. 5% extra perk XP. A perk point and 2 rerolls. 10%. Okay, you know what? This is actually pretty good, but I'm still not going to worry about it. Other useful things I'm looking at. The improved Warrior's Blood. Got a ways to go. Need a lot of melee kills. Next console reward. 200 ambush kills. Also a while to go. And well, you know what? I'm actually at the point where I think I can actually start claiming some of these rewards, because I should start getting the top tier equipment, or at least the top tier that's going to be available without upgrades. But we're not going to do that now either, because I got all this junk to get rid of somewhere along the line. Speaking of things to get done, I have the Admiralty missions. I've, again, kind of spread myself around.
Congratulations, General.
And just like that, I level. And I can get an additional ship from the shipyard, which I'm not too worried about because, well, I got all the ship I need. That said, if I really felt like it, I could go to the shipyard and grab the ships I've earned throughout the leveling process, just to have their Admiralty cards, to have more ships available to do this stuff. Again, that's not horribly important to me either.
Congratulations, General.
And that's 2 levels I've gained thanks to Admiralty. Hey, Legend Eternal, how are you doing today? Hope life's treating you on your little journey into Tarkov, if I recall correctly. I'm just going through some of the Admiralty things here, which has given me, strangely enough, 2 levels almost right off the bat. Clearly, this kind of thing is designed for the specialization points, which I'm still working my way through. Okay, we were looking at specialization points, or we were looking at dilithium. I'm thinking I'm still looking at the specialization points right now, so we're going to do some of those Federation things. Even though I'm a Klingon warrior, and it really rankles to do that, but, you know, a Klingon's gotta do what a Klingon's gotta do. Now again, the ships have engineering, tactical, and science traits. You gotta exceed the numbers here with from 1 to 3 ships, or you risk failure. Now, depending on how clever you are, risking failure may not necessarily be a bad thing. For example, this gives me a 92% chance. With 1 ship, a reasonably good chance, only 1 in 10 of failure. That's not bad. So we'll do that because, you know, because I can. Test prototype defense perimeter. That one's got a big, ugly science thing. It's like plus 75 science required, so it jumped it all the way to 110. But some of these ships, they cause you to ignore the plus and minus science from events. So whammo, just like that, I'm back down to a reasonable number. And I'll just grab some reasonably hefty tactical ships. That one do. Hey, 2 ships on that one. Got another tour of duty rolling here. That's going to be good. I don't know if I'll have enough slots to do that, though. But I'll try. Okay. Engineering and science for this one. Choices, choices. I'm trying to not to do the ones that say plus X if they're alone, but you know what? Actually, I am going to do this one. 99%. I like that odd. Those odds. Ugh. And I'm out of gas for getting slots. Again, you only get so many slots. They unlock when you do stuff. If you get something, if campaign to tier 3, it opens up a slot. If I got 2 campaigns to tier 3, that opens up another slot. And so on and so forth. So, it's slow in the beginning, but it accelerates. And hey, 2 of them will wrap up within the hour, so I'll be able to go a little further. And that should take care of all the administrivia. Oh, but I've almost forgot. I forgot a couple things, actually. Number 1, I have been using some of these Delta marks to improve my reputation in the Delta Quadrant. So I'm going to get the Tier 1 reputation. That will unlock some new... not only will it unlock some traits, but it's also going to allow me to have a transwarp to the Delta Quadrant, which is good. Just on the outside chance that, you know, I want to come back here after the Delta stuff is done. It could happen. And then I'll just activate the daily. And that's that. Now, at Tier 1, I get armor penetration and physical conditioning as possible abilities. I like the physical conditioning. Am I going to be able to deal with that now? No, I think I have to swap maps before those become available. It's always annoying, but there you have it. Oh! That's because I'm looking in the wrong place! Things have changed a little bit with the reputation stuff, so... Okay, well, that's good. In that case, you know what? I can activate all of the ones I have available right now. Good deal. This is even better than I planned. But the other detail that needs to be taken care of... Oh, yeah, my ongoing competitive wargaming thing, which, oh, I got to tier 2. I did not expect that. I am not arguing with it, but I did not expect it. So that opens up some space traits. Armor penetrate. You know what? I think those were actually ground traits. Oh, I swung and missed on that guess, didn't I? Now, as you go up, you earn the ability to make these other things. Costs a lot of dilithium, but also has, you know, special equipment. We're not going to worry too much about that at the moment. We're just going to go with the dailies. And finally, I did get 2 levels, so I should have 2 specialization points to play with. We're going to bump 1 into my intelligence officer, which will allow him to do a little bit more stealthy and detect stealth as well. That gets me to this 3rd tier unlock. This unlocks specialization qualifications, so I can actually create a training manual to make one of my bridge officers an intelligence bridge officer. And, I kind of want to do that. But first, let's take a look at what I can do here. I can get space flanking, so if I fire in the rear arc of an enemy ship, I get a small passive damage increase. Or I can outmaneuver my foe, increase my damage when flanking him during ground combat. And a chance to placate any foe that you successfully flank, which means they can't target you for a short duration. You know what? We'll go with that. Now, in order to train a bridge officer in this specialization, we are once again having to look at the R&D stuff, which I may or may not be able to do anything about. And you'll see I have this ability here to create a specialization training manual. But here's the thing. Not only do you need the somebody to make it, but you also need a whole bunch of low-level training manuals. And you gotta buy that off of the bridge officer guy, wherever you're at. And you have to make a pad, basically, well, it's a component. And it's 200 dilithium. But anybody can make it, so you know what? We're actually going to get a chance to use our third R&D slot, and we're going to let Qatar work on that, so we'll have that ready. Alright. Now, we can look up the next mission. Capture the flag.
The Alliance needs your help. A group of Alliance ships is currently under attack by the Vaadwaur in the Orletus system. The Lisette is making its way there to render assistance. I want you to back
the
them up.
Romulans.
We don't know what the Vaadwaur have there, and I want to give us the best possible chance of victory.
Well, we can do that. And we have a fair amount of rewards coming to us. The usual trifecta of experience points, expertise, dilithium ore, and a career-specific, very rare kit reward. That's purple quality, folks. Maybe I'll get something that's actually good. It could happen! But in the meantime, let's zap to the Orletus cluster, which is so far away that we're going to take the transwarp option. I am, of course, continuing to fly my legendary D7 battlecruiser, Katinga variant, because I am a fan of the classic Klingon battlecruiser. It is the perfect Klingon battlecruiser, and nobody can change my mind.
Glad to have you by our side.
And it looks like the Vaadwaur are already
This
kicking
is
things
one
off
of
in
the
the
systems
distance.
marked for further examination during your work with Subcommander Seyhen. I'm not sure what the Vaadwaur are up to here, but they're fighting like demons. They're attacking a small group of Alliance vessels, more hostile ships along the way. I propose we divide and conquer. The Lisette will fly ahead and catch any incoming ships, while you free our trapped allies. Your thoughts?
I like it. Glory to the Empire! The Lisette will probably cloak, and so are we. Yep, there we go. Our goal is to really make their lives miserable. Luckily, as a Klingon warrior, we are well suited to making life miserable for the opposition. I should probably up my, there we go. I'd forgotten that I have the combat auras, which allow me to increase my shielding, weapons, or engine power. Strategic maneuvering. The D7 is pretty maneuverable as it is, without needing too much help. We're going to grab some of the Frenzied Assault ability that I continually ignore using. You know what? He's ignoring me, so I'm going to cloak up for a second. The goal being to get the ambush kill. Of course, the ambush kill would be more impressive if the guy actually, died. Still don't have what you would call the best handle on my intelligence abilities. It's something that requires more practice. Ah, nuts. I thought I'd blown up the ship, but something else blew up instead. Oh, let's do some repair work.
Now the Vaadwaur will know the fury of the Gore.
Excellent. The Gorn are, incidentally, allies with the Klingon Empire, so as you might recall from my pair of doctors I've had, one of whom is sadly deceased due to we'll call it an accident. Sure, why not? Whether or not it was an actual accident, I'm going to have to leave to the observer to determine. Hey, he claims that it was an accident, and you know, what am I going to do? Accuse him of lying? Seriously. Oh, that worked out nice. Two bad guys taken out almost simultaneously. My luck should always be that good. And we'll repair another ship.
Thanks for the help.
Bolian. Looks like a Bolian. Nope, I'm sorry. It's a Starfleet. Oh well, we'll try not to hold it against you. Don't mind if I cloak up before we go after the Vaadwaur heavy artillery vessel, which actually lives up to its name. Oh, not good. Let's try to stay clear of the massive torpedoes of death. Well, he's in bad shape. That's good. It helps to have the backup rolling here. Trying to do these guys solo would be tougher. Okay, we'll repair the allied ship. Nausicaans.
We're ready to fight.
A large Vaadwaur fleet just arrived. This is our chance to strike before they retreat.
Oh, I like Zarok's enthusiasm. So let's go and back it up. Vaadwaur fleet, you are ours. Today is a good day to die. Kapla! Maybe it's a little too good of a day to die. Time to do some of that hull healing that oh, that's what I like to hear. Commander Zarok having her having a little problem there. Come on, engineering team. There we go. I need more of that hull health. Let's get the intelligence stuff going. Grab that dilithium, that's still dropping, so I'm still picking it up. Oh, this guy is definitely still kicking. Okay, what just happened there? We're getting a distress signal from the Lisette captain. Well, tell them to wait. We're not ready yet. Oh, that sucks. Guy managed to put himself in the right spot for me to transport all my tractor beam mines on him. You know, with his only 14,000 hull healing so far, that's not a good sign for the future. It occurs to me that I don't have anywhere near as much hull healing ability as that would probably be useful for this sort of thing.
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Salan, Chief Intelligence Officer for the Lisette. I regret to inform you that the Vaadwaur now control the ship. The bridge is lost, and we are locked out of most internal sensors. However, I managed to access a secure comm channel before the security codes were changed, and have located a safe location for transport. I have sent the coordinates to your ship. Without your assistance, the Lisette and her crew will be lost.
Okay, well, better get a boarding party prepared. We have a lock on Lieutenant Salan's location, sir. We can transport you and a small team over whenever you're ready. Just give the word. The word is given. And now, the cast list of my happy team of warriors. Sarek, my Gorn doctor, who may or may not have murdered the previous doctor. We never really got that ironed out. Valera, my chief of security. Siege, my science officer. And Valkrav, my engineer. It's time for the crew to beam down and do what Klingons do best. Even though, you know, technically speaking, some of them aren't Klingons. And that must be Salan.
The ship is swarming with Vaadwaur soldiers. Our security forces are attempting to engage them, but as of yet, we have not made significant gains. I am unable to contact other members of the senior staff, but I believe they are still alive. Very coincidental, really. Our current situation is remarkably similar to my invasion scenario 4591. When you are ready, we can go over our plan of attack.
What do you mean, scenario 4591?
Scenarios, plural. I have gone through several hundred holodeck simulations of various factions attempting to board the Lisette. As the designated intelligence officer, it is important I know what to do in every scenario. The Vaadwaur simulation is incomplete, but they are acting in accordance to several other scenarios. If you are wondering, I do have a scenario that deals with your crew boarding us. I would enjoy talking to you sometime about how to improve your vulnerabilities.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And yes, you are not seeing things. Salan is a liberated Borg, and heaven knows if making one of my people an intelligence officer makes him like that, maybe I'll rethink that training manual. Why are we in the captain's quarters?
The Vaadwaur are jamming transporters and communications. My holodeck simulations determined the commander's quarters is one of the places where interference would be the weakest, allowing me to bring in outside help. The other areas, if you are curious, are the secondary control room, storage room 10 beneath engineering, and, well, I shall leave the final one a surprise.
I find I don't want to know that badly. What's their plan?
We need to retake several key areas of the ship. The security team here will capture the bridge. Meanwhile, your team should storm the med bay, which we are very close to. Dr. Kratark should be there. After that, we must retake the armory to prevent the Vaadwaur from resupplying. In the majority of my scenarios, Lieutenant Tyrell is there making a stand against the invaders.
And then?
From there, we need to see whether the Vaadwaur perform like scenario 4591 or scenario 3291. Though perhaps they may surprise us and be more like 6895. My apologies. We do not have time for my idle speculation. Any questions?
Yeah. If they're going to the bridge and we're going to the med bay, what are you doing?
I will remain here until we have recovered the majority of this deck. If your crew should be killed in action, I will need to remain free and contact another ship for aid. It's not my place to get my hands dirty in this, especially not after the incident in Scenario 2792.
You know, these scenarios feel like they're full of noodle incidents that I would love to know more about. This ain't going to be one of those times. To the med bay. And hey, we'll be in close quarters. Feels like bat'leth work. What's this? Let's see if we can help out this crewman. Make them pay, Zidane. Oh, don't worry. We specialize in making our opponents pay. Make them pay. You know, I'm sensing a theme here. Oh, that one's dead. Can't do anything about that one. And that one doesn't look like they're getting up either.
Stop this meaningless massacre. Consider the balance.
Here, I got a balance.
That's the one who defied Gaul. Kill them all.
Oh, good. I've been recognized. It's great to have a reputation.
You have my thanks. Such reckless slaughter.
And you would be...
Thank you for the rescue. The Vaadwaur have no respect for anything other than their own selfish goals. I'm sorry, but I cannot help you any further. I am just a civilian scientist, not a trained killer, a trained soldier like you.
So delicate.
I'll wait here until everything has settled down, unless you believe there is something I can do.
Fine. Check to see if anyone here is alive. You can bring them to the medbay after my team secures it. Incidentally, this alien is a Deferi, someone who, in a rationally put together game episode list, we would have already known about. But thanks to the developers' choices in how they put together their episode lists, which I still rant about, we're not going to actually find out much about them for... I think we'll do that kind of thing at the end of the Delta Quadrant arc. I'll certainly be at max level by then, able to do those scenarios. I will save those rants at that time.
That is more than acceptable. I will not fight, but I can help restore the balance by helping others. I will attempt to stabilize anyone who needs help here, and then await word from you or the doctor that the medbay is safe.
Good. Stay put. Well, this door... Can I actually help any of these people? Well, I guess that's going to be his duty. My duty is... Oh, this guy's actually still alive. Make them pay. And since we're here... I'm not the crazed scanning squirrel that my previous character, Tellel, was, but I'm not going to ignore something that's right in front of me either. Dead body... Vaadwaur. Another dead body. Yeah, I think we're beginning to run out of living bodies.
Do your worst. You're amateurs compared to the tall Shiar. I will not sit by and let you take this ship.
Relax, I'm on your side. Or were you talking to the Vaadwaur, at which point they deserve what they get?
Thank you. Let's get to work.
So we have rescued the doctor, Dr. Kratak.
Glad to see you, but if you came here instead of the bridge, it means you're following a plan made by Gaius and his scenarios. The equipment here is still operational. I'll begin treating the wounded. There's a console nearby you can use to contact the security team heading to the bridge.
What makes you think there's a security team going to the bridge?
I've watched enough of Gaius and his scenarios to know that he would never count on a single team's success. He'd send someone else to the bridge. And I also know he's made a few modifications to almost every console on the ship, including that one. Nothing happens in my med bay without my knowledge.
A very Klingon attitude. I approve. I use the console now. Just point me to the correct one. Oh, right there. Excellent. Security team, what's your status?
Good timing. We're about to storm the bridge. We'll keep the channel open during the assault. I'll contact you again after we have control.
Excellent. Success!
What makes you think you will succeed where others have failed?
He ain't falling down. You know, I bet this can't be good. Okay, I think we've just found a Kryptonian Vaadwaur.
You should have taken Gaul's offer.
Who is this guy?
I imagine we both overheard the same thing. Very curious. I've run simulations where the security team failed, but none like this.
So we've gone
We
off
should
the
continue
book.
with the plan. We have this area secure, and you are the only mobile unit still available. If you can recover Ju and her team in the armory, we will have another opportunity to retake the ship.
If there's one place you like a Klingon to go, it's the armory. We're big fans. Let's take the turbo lift. Well, there's some living Romulans. Unfortunately, there's also some living Vaadwaur. Did I say unfortunately? No, why would it be unfortunate when this is an opportunity to engage the enemy in glorious combat? Oh, and it looks like we've got a downed crewman here. Are there any others standing up here where I missed? No, no. Then we continue. Just checking our back trail. Oh, I hear weapons fire. Always a good sign. Ha! Oh, the Vaadwaur are getting
Thanks for
cleaned
the
out
help,
fast, that's for sure.
Yes. We should talk strategy.
I agree. You clearly know what you're doing.
Vaadwaur. I'll take down every last one of them, I swear it. Nobody makes me look like a fool.
I like your
guess I'll
thinking.
let you deal with a few. I can't be in two places at once. We have problems in the brig and in engineering.
Fill me in.
Cyanel and his team are pinned down in engineering, and Commander Jirok and Sub-Commander Merrill are in the brig. I'm going to head engineering. If the Vaadwaur get control of the Singularity, we're done. Think you could secure the brig?
Oh, certainly. I'll get Jirok out of there as soon as possible. Of course, that means we need to get out of here. And oh, look, a greeting party. Oh, good hit. Oh, better hit. Maybe I better take this a little more seriously. Ooh, nice. Double teamed. No Romulans here, so it looks like we're going to move our way up Oh, maybe we have one here. On your feet. Get back to the sick bay. Held them as long as we could. Yes, you've brought honor to your vessel. And another one. And I've gotten an accolade for basically making sure everybody who could get back up did get back up. Oh, we have a problem here. Luckily, we are certainly their superiors. So whoever these guys are, at least they're not the Kryptonians. Which is good, because if they have more of those, the ones that more or less tore apart the first security team, we could have a problem. Hi!
Delay them. I need more time.
Hey, wait a second. Was that Gaul? If that was Gaul, I want at him. Oh, I'm trying to get to a guy who's being protected by that commando. I haven't quite got everybody yet.
Disable the security grid, and we can get out of here.
That I can do. Luckily, I'm multilingual and speak Romulan.
Thank you. What's the situation?
Commander?
You're a welcome sight. I was on the bridge. We were attacked by just one Vaadwaur. But he was different. Stronger. Unstoppable. He wiped out our security team, but he knocked Var and me out. Put us here for questioning. What's happening? Do we have control of the bridge?
Not yet. We control the medbay, the armory, and engineering. The bridge, still a bit of a problem.
Is Zinal there? If he and Zhu can hold engineering while we take the bridge, we can take control of the ship and then clean up the Vaadwaur from there. I'll still need some time to recover. You and Sub-Commander Merrill should head to the bridge. I'll stay here and monitor the situation. Be on your guard. The Vaadwaur that took that bridge shrugged off our attacks like they were nothing. He won't go down easily.
Excellent. The greater glory will be ours. We will secure the bridge. It's time to show the Vaadwaur what it is to oppose the Klingons. Oh,
Commander Jirok requires our assistance.
then by all means, Salon, deal with it. I, on the other hand, have a date with destiny. You know, that didn't come out right. I am prepared to deal with any oh, and there's their sub-commander. Oh, we have someone alive over here. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's just a waving cape. Sorry.
He's gone. Strange.
That is strange. Why would he abandon the bridge? I don't like this. Let's see. Turn off.
Excellent work. We have control of
There
the
we
ship's
go.
life support, navigation, and weapons systems again. According to the logs, the Vaadwaur leader was attempting to open fire on your ship. Doesn't look like he could get past Lieutenant Salon's security algorithm. I'll handle things up here, but could you use that console to contact Lieutenant Terrell? Tell her to scramble her security teams and find that Vaadwaur.
I will let her know immediately. Of course, naturally it'd be on a different terminal.
If you want to live, you'll give me what I want. I've survived worse than you. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Oh, he's a brave
Was
Riemann.
this all a trick to lure us away from engineering? What are they trying to... No, he couldn't. I fear the worst. If the Vaadwaur is in engineering, he could turn off the shielding protecting the Singularity Core. Without containment, the Singularity will implode.
For those who are unfamiliar with science, that means a miniature black hole will suck us all in and compress us down to the size of an atom. That would be bad. Keep the bridge secure. This Vaadwaur is mine. Okay, fine, I'll share him with the rest of my crew, but that's as far as I'm willing to go. Well, that's a bad sign. Salon?
This way. Narwhal and I have a plan.
Oh, good. Because if there's one thing we're short of, it's plans.
Very predictable. If the Vaadwaur can't use the Lisette to attack other ships, they will make a statement by destroying us with our own singularity. I've analyzed the data from other teams fighting the Vaadwaur. It's pointless for you to try to fight him. Your weapons are inadequate for the task.
You underestimate the
Narwhal has come up with an
Bat'leth
interesting
Core.
theory that may work.
Oh, fine. What's the theory?
The vents in the Singularity Core carry a modified version of plasma. I'm not cleared to give you all the details, but the Lisette is testing several advances that have not been provided to other ships in the fleet at this time. Narwhal believes direct exposure to this modified plasma may create a vulnerability in the Vaadwaur. I believe this plan has a low chance of success, but it is the best option we have. If you can lure the Vaadwaur beneath the vents, Narwhal and I will overload them, causing the plasma to cover the Vaadwaur and weaken him. You'll have one more problem to deal with before that, however.
Excellent, because, you know, we didn't have enough problems as it is. What problem?
The Vaadwaur has erected a shield around the Singularity Core. Very smart, I must say. No one will be able to affect him when he is inside. You must trick him into dropping that shield. I suggest playing towards the Vaadwaur's pride. That is usually the surest way to convince someone to make a suboptimal move. Once that is done, lure the Vaadwaur beneath one of the vents. We'll activate the plasma, and then you can properly knock out our friend. Are you ready?
Once the shield is down, why don't you just use your transporters and pop him into space? I imagine he'll have trouble breathing vacuum.
That was the first thing I tried when I arrived. There is something preventing us from locking transporters onto any of the Vaadwaur. Not uncommon, really. I have observed that many KDF officers also carry devices that prevent them from being randomly transported. If I find a way around the transporter block, I'll do as you ask.
Well, we do have these personal shields, but fine. Never easy. If you want something done right, you call the Klingons. Oh, look.
Ship is doomed.
Okay, I'm guessing those are the plasma vents that were being referred to. Handy to know. Don't stand in the red circles. That would be extremely hazardous to our health. Oh, Lieutenant Terrell, up and at 'em. Got a plan. Well, that's worrisome. And we got another one down here. No, you're dead. And you seem to be dead. If they're not moving, they're probably dead. So we're just going to have to deal with it. Boy, that's an awful bright shield, isn't it? But I can see someone behind it, so let's see if I can taunt him.
A shame. We had hoped you would be neutralized by now. But you show an unusual resilience. Perhaps that's why Gaul made his generous offer. You're too late to stop what is happening. The Singularity Core's overload has already begun. You will all be destroyed by your greatest weapon. It's almost poetic, really.
Point 1. This is hardly our greatest weapon. It's just the one that's, you know, convenient right now. Secondly, come on. Is that the best you can do? You gotta use a singularity? Are you not a warrior enough to face me in single combat? With 4 of my friends.
My pride as a Vaadwaur. That's good. Very good. This is simply the most efficient way. I could kill you all one at a time, but I have better things to do.
Yes, but no. You see, my ship is outside, and they can beam me back before your singularity goes off, which means the only one who's going to die here is going to be you. Just saying.
Interesting. But will you abandon the Lisette? Or will you stay until the last glorious second to try and save it? Regardless, I will admit you make a point. You've survived too many of your previous encounters for me to leave anything to chance. I will enjoy seeing the last bit of life leave your eyes.
Yeah, let's see if you can pull it off, you goggle-faced freak. Now, what we need to do is lure him over to the evil dots. Of course, it would be a lot easier if I did that without, you know...
Swaddle to the plasma. Focus your fire.
Yeah, ordinarily I would go with using the Batleth, but I think going in close combat with this guy is a mistake. Especially seeing as that, you know, right now... Ouch. Okay, let's see if I can... Well, it's not looking good because Sarek is the only one standing and he's having his butt kicked. This guy is not a joke. Wait for everybody to get standing again, and let's go after him again. I see the red dots over here, so we're going to kind of make our way over here before we start shooting them. Good news is we're through his shield. That's good. Why did I do that? I was trying to get to my grenades. Well, the good news is he seems pretty bound and determined to stay where he's standing, so I'm not going to argue with that.
Recovering. Lure him back beneath one of the pipes.
Come and get me, you Vaadwaur fool. Ow. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have taunted him quite so loudly.
Swaddle to the plasma. Focus your fire.
Yes, by all means, let us focus our fire. Honestly, I should be... Oh, looks like you scared him off. What's wrong, coward?
It'll take more than that to kill me.
Hey, the badass Reeman's there.
I will not be stopped.
We need a better solution.
Something powerful enough to knock him back, perhaps. Does anybody have a grenade besides me?
Just the thing.
Thank you. Yes, that does seem to have done the job.
What was that thing?
I don't know, but we need a better way to fight it.
Yes, I
How
guess
does it work?
we can't count on tossing him down a singularity core all the time. Commander?
Thank you for all your help. Without you, we would have lost the Lisette. It's unfortunate we couldn't capture the Vaadwaur alive for questioning. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. What made him so powerful?
I can think of many possible explanations, but the problem is there are many possible explanations. We'll find out.
Nero did manage to get a few scans. He's compiling a report on what he found and your success with the plasma. We'll need to adapt. We can't count on throwing every Vaadwaur like him into a singularity core. We will handle the repairs. You should return to your ship when you're ready.
Certainly.
Commander Jirok, I have some preliminary data for you. The Vaadwaur gave off a modulated carrier wave every time he was attacked by an energy weapon. In effect, he reflected the energy outward as infrared radiation. Owl and I are not yet clear on whether this is a product of biology or technology, but he did show strange isoboromine neurotransmitter activity. Regardless, this will give us a starting point to find vulnerabilities. I'll send on more findings as we complete them, and we should be able to adapt our weapons to be more effective in the future.
Excellent. We can transport as soon as you finish your tasks here. But we're not going to do that quite right away because we can actually chat with some of the crew that was set here. And some of them are interesting, like Zionol.
Haven't taken a hit like that since Obasek and I were fighting the Tal Shiar. Gonna be sore in the morning. But the singularity is stabilized. That Vaadwaur tried to lock us out of the containment system, but he wasn't as smart as he thought he was. Thanks for your help. Next time we're in a firefight, I'll do more than just lay on the ground unconscious.
Go ahead, ask what the odds are that we'll be in a firefight together anytime soon. It's a very small number.
We will not forget what you did for us. Lieutenant Ceylon will work with Nerl to learn more about this Vaadwaur. If there are more out there like him, we're going to need more than luck to fight them. We need to know more. Why was this Vaadwaur practically invincible? He wasn't like any of the others we faced helping the Kabali or the Toray. I hope we can help find an answer. It's the least we can do.
Sooner or later. And, oh yeah, definitely want to thank you for the bomb.
Thanks for the help, Vaadwaur, but we won't need it again. The next time, we'll be ready. I'm going to drill my security teams until they can deal with anything. The war between the Klingons and Starfleet ended and people got lazy. Time to get back in shape.
Some people got lazy. So, tell me about that grenade.
Nice, isn't it? Honestly, there was an even chance that it would cause a massive explosion, crack the singularity core, and kill us all. I figured we'd be dead if we didn't try it, so why not give it a shot? Good thing it worked, huh?
I like your style. Return to the ship. Our work is done here. And Galera has this to tell us. A super Vaadwaur? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. You've done the Alliance quite a service today, Dahar Master. Losing the Lisette would have been a major blow to us, and the Vaadwaur know that if they are resorting to boarding parties. We will get the best scientists in the Alliance to analyze their combat data. With any luck, we can discover a way to hurt the Vaadwaur the same way Picard discovered how to fight the Borg. I'm not sure those two events are analogous, but whatever. We will get our trifecta and the kit reward, which is going to be plasma grenades. That sounds like an upgrade. Sooner or later, I'll have to start going through my inventory again. I must do these details at some point. My current photon grenade is rank 7, but the plasma grenade is rank 13. Guess what I'm gonna be using. And the kit itself, armor, health, and endurance training. I like all that, so we'll replace what I'm using now with that. Mark 12 armor. Is anybody using garbage armor? Valera could use the improvement, but let's see if anybody else needs better. Oh, Sarek, I think, has got the leading contender. Oh! Valkrav, congratulations. You are the proud owner of a new set of armor. Alright. Before we kick off the next mission, I do have a couple results through with my Admiralty and R&D. I got that pad, so whenever I get a chance to meet a bridge training officer again, I will be able to deal with that, and we'll see where things stand. Maybe after the next mission, if there's still time, we'll take care of that. A couple Admiralty missions got wrapped.
Congratulations, General.
With a new level. We will continue the Federation chain. Let's see. You know what? This one actually gives me a fair amount of credits, and credits are actually pretty good here because, well, I keep looking at those marauding assignments that I have to pay credits for, and I can't help but think that having more credits by the Admiralty system might make those possible. Unfortunately, this one requires a freaking huge 190 engineering. So we're going to have to go to the far end here where I have high-end engineering ships. Really high-end. Okay, I still need a little shy of 50 for engineering and a heap for everybody else. I don't want to do the hope because that'll hose me. Plus 20 isn't anywhere near enough tactical. Okay, that gets me to a 96% chance. That's reasonable. And there's that tour of duty one that I wanted to get a hold of. Do I have anybody that ignores tactical? Maybe not, but I do know that I've got somebody who gives me tactical when he's alone. And I will use a Bortascu. Oh, darn. He doesn't quite have enough of the science. And I really, really don't want to have to worry about accidentally not succeeding because of that 2% chance. How about Scimitar? There we go. Now, interestingly enough, it's worth noting that if I add ships to this, this critical chance goes up, and that means I have a higher chance of getting any special rewards that come from these missions. Just something to, you know, kind of have in the back of the head. It's not a priority for me, but hey, we can plan. What's next?
We know there's something going on with the Vaadwaur and the Cartella system, but we haven't been able to get any ships close enough to determine what that is. I think you'll have better luck. The area doesn't have a lot of resources, but there's enough Vaadwaur ship traffic in the area to indicate a major base. But they're guarding it so closely that it could have something to do with their sudden jump in power. Given the aggressive nature of the Vaadwaur, getting close enough to investigate without attracting their attention will be difficult. We have made contact with a Hazari bounty hunter in possession of equipment that should allow them to approach and infiltrate their base.
I like it. We get the usual trifecta and stealth operational armor. And that, despite the well, it says plus 20% stealth. I guess it'll go okay with my ambush stuff. Lots of health regen, damages. There's a lot to like about this armor, so that is certainly going to be worth getting a hold of. Cartella, incidentally, is, once again, on the wrong freaking quadrant. So, transwarp time. And here we are, Cartella Prime, a desolate world on the edge of Vaadwaur space, barely registering as M-class and beset by almost constant electrical storms. The planet has never been a prime target for colonization. However, its abundant deposits of dilithium and uridium were enough to attract groups of miners. Over the centuries, the planet has been populated by groups from more than a dozen species. Decades of deep mining took its toll. The veins that crossed Cartella Prime were exhausted one by one, and the miners moved elsewhere. Now, only the abandoned tunnels remain. So what we got? We've arrived in the outskirts of the Cartella system. Our orders are to rendezvous with Admiral Tuvok, who will give us further instructions. Well, I suppose if Voyager wants to poke its nose in. I mean, heaven knows, Voyager was responsible for half the problems we're running into here, so
Greetings.
why not let them solve some?
It is agreeable to work with you again. The Vaadwaur have greatly expanded their reach since Voyager first encountered them. Their military capabilities have developed at a rate that Starfleet Command finds troubling.
Yes, underestimating your opponent does seem to be a problem Starfleet runs into a lot, isn't it? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be sniping at you guys again.
An additional concern is that some leaders of the Vaadwaur supremacy have developed unusual physical characteristics. These individuals exhibit strength and resilience far beyond the norm for their species.
Yeah, we met one.
The crew of the Lisette has shared their data of your previous encounter with one of the enhanced Vaadwaur with the Alliance. We have used it to devise several modifications to our weapons that may counteract their ability to reflect a portion of energy directed at them. I have provided the specifications to your crew, and they have already made the modifications to your weapons.
What?
However,
you went over my head?
Are untested. It is unclear how much effect they will have.
Tell me which of my crew you sent the specifications to so I can thank them for not informing me that they were following the orders of a Starfleet admiral. So why are they different?
Not yet, but we have found a location that may have the answers we seek. Officially, Cartella is a defunct mining colony. However, intercepted messages indicate that the lower levels of the facility are being used by supremacy leadership for an unknown purpose. Your mission will be to covertly enter the base and gather intelligence on the Vaadwaur. We have made arrangements with Yadren to provide you with equipment you will need to approach the system safely.
Who's Yadren? Please tell me he's not a Ferengi.
The Hazari will provide a modified holo-emitter that should allow you to approach the planet. Holo-technology is unfamiliar to the Vaadwaur.
So he's a local. But if holo-technology is not really known here, then how... You know what? Never mind. Oh, what's this?
If you don't want to blow this whole deal, help me with these Vaadwaur.
Complain, complain, complain. Oh, don't worry. And here we go. Unleash the fury. And let's see if we can get those tractor mines doing their jobs. Alright, let's make your lives as miserable as possible. Plasma trails, besides looking catchy, also have the additional side benefit of causing damage to the opposing vessels. That's one down. And number 2 is about to go. And I think somebody took care of the third one when I wasn't looking. Voyager, very well done.
Thanks for the help, but don't expect a discount. I wouldn't have been in that mess if I hadn't been waiting here for you. I picked up this device called a holo-emitter from a big-eared fellow named Quinn. It's programmed to replicate the appearance of a Vaadwaur.
I knew the Ferengi had to be involved somehow.
I don't know the specifics of this technology, but it works and I'm delivering it. That completes my contract.
I don't know. I think our cloaking device would do far better.
The Vaadwaur patrols are actively scanning for Tetrion particles. They'll detect a cloaked ship before it gets anywhere near the planet.
Perhaps. If this emitter works, why were they attacking you?
It was my own fault. I should have activated it before I entered the system. But hooking it into our power supply was more complicated than Quinn said it would be.
What a shock.
Alpha Quadrant tech has too many redundancies. Backups for your backups, and none of it matters because emergency power always fails in an emergency. Good luck.
So you've dealt with
I'll
Starfleet
wait here
before.
in case you make it back.
Alright.
Voyager will remain here with Yadren. With your permission, I will beam over to your ship in order to coordinate the mission.
You know, there was a time not so long ago where having a Starfleet officer on a Klingon vessel would be a death sentence for the Starfleet officer. But I guess times have changed, and we'll let you back on board. Try to give my people orders again, though, and I'll gut you.
We have arrived at Cartella Prime. Your engineers have installed the holo emitter, and it is ready to activate at your command. We will need to infiltrate both automated and manual detection measures before we can reach transporter range of the planet.
Activate the emitter.
Our first task is to bypass the automated security perimeter.
So now I look like, presumably, a Vaadwaur vessel. Sir, this hologram will fool even the most cursory scan. I did not want to hear that. Okay, time to play with math. 3, 3, 6, 9, 15, 24, 39, 63. What is the next number in the sequence? Well, clearly what's happening here is that the next number is the sum of the previous two. So therefore, almost by definition, 102.
Excellent. Next, we will be challenged by orbital traffic control. Remember that the Vaadwaur are an aggressive species.
I'm detecting a large amount of Vaadwaur ships ahead. If we are discovered, we stand little chance of survival. Now, you know, I was told there would be no math on this stream. Plus, we're still flying a garbage holo emitter, which I can't trust. Hawked by a Ferengi, no less. That really should have given me a first clue right there.
Unidentified vessel. Your transponder may be malfunctioning. Please transmit your ship designation and flight plan.
We don't have time for your nonsense. Get out of the way. I will put you on a mining planet. You'll do nothing for the rest of your career.
You're cleared for docking, sir.
Excellent.
Now we must avoid detection from the
It's good to be a
ships.
Klingon.
The holo emitter will be essential.
Sir, power to the holo emitter is fluctuating. I'm not sure how long I can keep it online. Keep it online long enough. The last thing we need is to have it conk out on us on approach in the middle of a Vaadwaur fleet. In other words, keep it together. That said, maybe we could stand to try to put a little distance between. Oh, nuts. Sir, I am detecting power fluctuations in the holo emitter. Increase the power gain in the secondary actuators. Holo emitter is losing power, Captain. We need a new inductor coil. I'm jamming the Vaadwaur sensors, but they will notice soon. If we keep near the debris in the area, we might be able to avoid detection. Sensors are detecting a derelict ship. There might be something left on it that will work. Well, let's get us over there and get there fast, because things are going to get ugly fast. That sure wasn't it. Cloak! Jamming the Vaadwaur sensors, but they're beginning to notice something is wrong. We don't have much time. Salvage, salvage, salvage.
This should be sufficient to repair the holo emitter.
I was able to find something that will replace the induction coil, sir. Holo emitter at full functionality. Good work. Continue the approach.
The tunnels beneath the planet are protected by a subspace scattering field that our transporters cannot penetrate. I have found a safe location at the edge of this field, but once you beam down, you will need to make your way through the tunnels to the base itself.
Then I'd best go alone. I'm ready for transport. Yes, that's right. It's another solo adventure.
You are just outside of the Vaadwaur security perimeter. I have accessed their internal sensors, so I will provide you with tactical assistance throughout your mission. Be wary. There is a Vaadwaur patrol just ahead in the passage that crosses yours. Nearby, you should see a console. Use it to override the blast doors and trap the patrol.
Simple enough.
Be sure that the patrol is in the correct position before you activate the console, or this will fail. Logs at the facility indicate it is in poor repair and has suffered several mechanical mishaps. Use this to your advantage. Acts of sabotage that simulate equipment failures should not arouse suspicion.
Oh, they're about to pay for their poor maintenance work. What's in this crate? You have been issued some specialized equipment for this mission. The grapple gun will shoot a rope, which will allow you to cross chasms, zip line, and rappel. The anesthetizing gas will allow you to knock out guards in your path without permanently injuring them. So, yay. So, step 1.
I am detecting a Vaadwaur patrol ahead. Maintain your position until they pass.
Goodbye.
That should keep the patrol occupied.
Let's hope they don't have any weapons that can blast through the doors. Or worse, carry explosives.
I am detecting another group of Vaadwaur ahead. Access the security camera from the console nearby. If you overload that data tower, the Vaadwaur patrol will investigate. Program the door to seal them in.
Alert. Conduit malfunction on level 2, section beta. Engineering teams respond immediately.
Now, ordinarily,
Excellent. Proceed cautiously.
I would be highly annoyed at having to do all this. But this is a situation where it's just me versus pretty much the entire planet. And I like a good fight as well as any Klingon, but, you know,
There is a large drop
several
ahead
thousand
on
to
the
1
right.
odds are a
You
bit
will
much
need a
even for
grapple
me.
gun to cross it.
Okay, time for the magic traverse rope. Yeah, cape physics do kind of take a bit of a beating here, don't they? I mean, just take a look at that. It's eerie. Oh well. Oh, more Vaadwaur.
You will need to incapacitate all of the Vaadwaur ahead. Insert the anesthetizing gas canister I provided you in the environmental control console and alter the air composition.
Please, I didn't need your help for that one.
Environmental control malfunction on level 2, section Delta 3. Engineering and medical teams, please respond.
It would be so simple just to kill them here. But that would betray my presence. And the whole point here is
There is a
stealth,
large drop
stealth,
ahead.
stealth.
You will have to rappel down.
Well, it's not the first time I've rappelled down. There was this wonderful Jem'Hadar hatchery. Well, it was Jem'Hadar something at any rate. They were doing their Ketracel White stuff there, if I recall correctly. Ah, you don't care about that, Tuvok. But that's okay, because I don't really care if you don't care either. This is quite a facility. Quite the facility.
You need to traverse this cavern without the Vaadwaur seeing you and raising the alarm. To do so, you will need to use your grapple gun, as well as take advantage of anything in the environment.
I guess causing a massive
First,
cave-ins
you will
out.
need to reach the support platform. Shoot a grapple across and then zip line down.
Whee!
Sneak up behind that guard and incapacitate him.
Oh, we'll incapacitate him, alright.
To advance further through the cave, you will need to disable the proximity sensors. That console should allow you to do so.
It was a cheap melee kill, but it still counts, so...
Now, zip line to that outcropping.
Really, with the mechanics they put in with these zip lines, I'm amazed they haven't used it in more missions.
In order to exit this cavern without detection, you will need a distraction.
Well,
You will need to move the Vaadwaur guards below and ahead of you, away from the next support structure. The rocks near you are unstable. Try to trigger a collapse.
I love this plan. I'm enthusiastic about this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
The way is clear for you to grapple to the next support structure.
Run, cave in! Oh, thank heavens. For a minute there, I thought I was dropping like a rock.
Make your way across the ledges to the outcropping near the next support structure.
Oh, across the ledges. Then I probably shouldn't have been here, should I? I'm assuming it's these ledges. Maybe not these. Oh, how about up here? Admittedly, I'm being aided by the fact that I've got the green circle on my mini-map, because, you know, without it, I'd be completely clueless.
Grapple to the next support structure.
Well, I can
Approach
see
the
where I want to
guard
go.
and disable him.
Oh, another guard. Excellent. Ah! Ah, boy, that felt good. Extend the walkway.
There are more guards at the other platform. Use your tricorder to reprogram the anti-personnel turrets near them to attack the Vaadwaur targets.
I like it. Disruptors don't kill people. Stupid people turn... Let's see, I'm supposed to go over here, and I think my tricorder? Here we go. Such awful
Attention.
security.
Malfunctioning turrets on level 4, section Beta 2. Security and engineering teams report immediately to level 4.
Well, you know, I can still see a couple people breathing over there.
The walkway is offline. You will need to grapple across the gap.
Very well.
They are aware of your actions. You cannot delay. Sensors are reading something large blocking your route through the cavern.
Oh, I guess he's off.
Activate the crane with the nearby controls to move it. Not much further. There is another grapple ahead.
You realize, Tuvok, that this is definitely the long way around?
There should be a place where you can drop down just ahead of your current position. Now slip quietly out of the cavern before the Vaadwaur see you.
Yes, preferably while they're looking that way and dealing with the fires and everything else that's exploded here, and I'm just going to sneak my way through the cavern here.
I am detecting some unusual signals coming from below this area. You must reach the bottom of the caverns. I recommend you overload a console to create a diversion. and then trap the Vaadwaur guarding the area in a force field.
I gotta tell you this, Tuvok. I admire the intel you've got here because you certainly seem to know more about this base than I do. Yoink! You just stay put and stay out of my way, and I'm going to poke around. Ah, to be Klingon.
Intruder alert! Commander Gallic, please respond.
Oh, I may have just been busted.
An intruder? I'll handle this.
Up, and it's one of those guys too. This could be rough. That anchor drone is going to be a pain, so I'm going to wipe it out first. You know what? This guy doesn't seem like he's one of the super guys, because I'm kind of kicking his butt in. Okay, that's just cheap.
Finally!
Oh, this is not good.
Gallic?
Now, you know, a smart Klingon would just shoot the guy.
For killing Gallic.
What?
What the... What the Fakiri? Here, let me borrow this.
What was that thing?
Hey, I just got here. You tell me. First, though, dilithium.
You saved my life. I don't know why, but I am grateful. What was that thing? It crawled out of the commander. Was it controlling him?
Yes. Yes, it was. Have you seen anything like it?
Never. It's some kind of parasite, isn't it? What do you know?
Once upon a time, Ambassador Worf warned the KDF about creatures such as this, a neural parasite that appears to retain some of the host's memories while also increasing the body's strength and resilience. When it takes over, though, the person the host was is gone forever.
Do you believe other members of the Vaadwaur are infected by these beasts? Could all of our leaders be contaminated?
Yes, yes they could. And we might be able to find information here that will help us defeat them.
I know my duty. I cannot allow you to wander freely through our compound, but I can't ignore this either. A temporary truce, then. I will accompany you, and if what you say is true, I must know how many of my people have been taken.
Agreed.
I think it went down that passage over there.
Now, old-time Next Generation fans will certainly recognize that parasite in an early season episode.
It went down one of the cracks in the rock. We'll have to deactivate that force field to pursue it.
Where these buggers almost took over Starfleet and the Federation. Now, interestingly enough, and Star Trek Online doesn't really feel obligated to follow this kind of continuity, obviously, but the DS9 relaunch novels that took place after the conclusion of the series on TV had a plot line where these guys were related to something very similar to themselves. They were kind of almost cousins of a sort to the Trill symbionts. And I thought that was an excellent idea. It made an intriguing amount of sense. But, you know, like I said, Star Trek Online isn't exactly beholden to things written in novels. Here we go, all the way down, and okay, almost all the way down.
It appears the creature has already left the area. I would recommend you scan the area with your tricorder. Perhaps it left a hormonal trace you can follow.
Do you have to hold my hand over everything, Tuvok? Here we go. Follow the gassy trail.
I didn't know these caves were so extensive. Only the highest leadership is allowed down here.
I won't tell anyone if you don't, Eldex.
How did the Vaadwaur come into contact with the parasites in the first place? It has been many years since Starfleet encountered them.
I wonder how many of our leaders have been infected. Surely Gallic can't be the only one.
Surely not.
Based on Starfleet's previous encounters with the parasites, you should be extremely cautious. The creatures show remarkable cunning.
Perhaps, but, you know, outside their host bodies...
Give me an enemy I can confront face to face. This deception sickens me.
I can just crush them underneath my boot.
They are insidious. These creatures nearly ended the Federation.
See, I told you.
Although we have had our differences with the Vaadwaur, the Federation do not wish to see any species enslaved.
Well, I think we found a home base because... Well, look at these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and potentially more.
This area has always been off limits. I expected some kind of hive. But this is just a storage room. I see some of our stasis modules, which means there are soldiers who have not been rewoken. But the rest of this? Just supplies. There's nothing here that will prove what you claim. Perhaps this infection was limited to just one man.
Hello, McFly! Take a look in front of you! See these things? You know, the things with the parasites obviously floating in them?
What was that thing?
Wait, did you hear something?
No, but I'm not going to assume that you didn't. I'm not going to assume you were imagining it either. Oh!
Ah, I see you've met my little friends. They want to get to know you better.
What are you? How far has this infestation spread?
You have such a small mind. The joining will help.
They even have the same terminology as the Trill.
We can be once we are brothers under the skin.
We're going to take a hard pass on that. Oh, there you are. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Well, let's take advantage of the fact that I'm up here, he's down there. He's obviously one of those super Vaadwaur, so we're just going to fry him from above. Oh, fine. We'll drop a plasma grenade on top of him, too. It's too good not to share. Whoops. Looks like he's figured out that that's a bad place to stand.
You think you're best at me?
Yes, actually.
Pathetic. We will rise again, and you will know our true punch.
Nice shot.
This ends now. I cannot allow you to spread this infestation.
What's that? Okay, that's a little bigger than the little critter that we caught off the last one. On the other hand, he's got... Oh, come on. Dropping my gun, a Klingon? Come on! Oh, for heaven's sake. This stuff gets worse and worse. Okay, saying that this is a lousy situation to be in probably doesn't do it the proper amount of justice. Let's get this thing killed fast. And it just gets worse, doesn't it? Oh, great. And it spawns friends. Oh, good news. In as much as if there's any good news. Up! Thought I was going to get away there, but no such luck. Okay. This ends now. Up, and there's another one. And more. Good heavens, how many of these things are there? That's rhetorical. Don't answer that. You know, I'm almost sure that this was supposed to end with the death of the Queen. Okay,
the
we're good.
are alerted to your presence.
No!
Facility, but the subspace scattering field is still in effect. Find the controls and disable them.
Oh, I'll
Find
disable
the
them, all
controls
right.
to the subspace scattering field and disable them.
Here we are. Let me disable them with... Okay, I was going to disable them by shooting them, but I guess that'll work too. Eldex.
Although you have helped the Vaadwaur people today, do not believe this makes us friends, or even allies.
So you're telling me that you want to stick around here?
No, I must remain with my people. Perhaps I will discover more of what's really happening here.
Well, you know what? Have fun with that. You keep coming our way, though, and bad things will happen.
To your presence. They are beginning to inspect the starships in orbit. I would recommend returning to the ship immediately.
Ooh, that's not good. Beam me up.
The information you discovered in the base is troubling. While Starfleet knew the neuroparasites found on Earth sent a signal to deep space before they were destroyed, we never knew the destination of that signal. It very well may have been the Delta Quadrant. However, contemplating the ramifications of parasites among the Vaadwaur ranks must wait. The fleet protecting this planet has been alerted to our presence. It is only a matter of time before this vessel is discovered.
Yes, we have bigger problems than playing with parasites. Get us out of here. In fact, go to full impulse. I don't think we need to be subtle. Sir, we're being held by the Vaadwaur. Of course we are. On screen.
Unidentified vessel. Your transponder codes are invalid. Security vessels are on their way. Please hold position and prepare to be boarded.
Please. Please. Please hold.
There is only a 0.008% chance that this ship will survive a direct confrontation. One last act of sabotage may be what is required. I propose we swap transponder codes with another vessel. Given the aggressiveness of the Vaadwaur, there is a 68.4% chance they will turn on one another. We can escape in the confusion.
Not bad. Very sneaky. I like it. Thank you for our codes. We'll just zap ourselves out of the way here, and you guys can have a party all by yourselves.
Well,
and there goes the emitter.
I guess that means the hollow emitter did its job.
Yeah, it malfunctioned in a really bad spot, and we were almost discovered.
But it did work. Contract complete.
Well, consider you were the negotiating with Tuvok on that. It's no skin off my nose.
Excellent work. Now that we know at least some of the Vaadwaur have been taken over by the neuroparasites, we can form an appropriate plan of action. The one Vaadwaur who helped you, Commander Eldex, may be of assistance. It was clear that he was not aware of the corruption. With your permission, I will return to Voyager. There is much still to do before we will see the end of the Vaadwaur threat.
Quite right. Quite right. But first, yes, let's get you back to your ship, and more importantly, off of mine.
Thank you again. Live long and prosper.
Success, Tuvok. Captain, I think it's time to get out of here. Kagan, I like your thinking. Time to contact command. The existence of the neural parasites certainly explains the unusual physical abilities of the Vaadwaur, and perhaps their rapid return to prominence in the sector. You managed to take out 2 of their overseers, but I expect that more of their leadership has been infected. Perhaps this Commander Eldex can persuade more of his people to rebel against the infected Vaadwaur from within. But until then, we'll need to muster our allies and prepare to deal with this threat. We're not just facing the Vaadwaur anymore. So, let's get that new spicy armor. Another level. Let's replace my old armor with this new hotness. We'll give Balera the replacement armor because, well, let's face it, she's a tactical officer. She needs all the help she can get. And we'll give Selleck the old armor there, and that should pretty much get us where we need to be. As far as weapons go, I hate to do it. Hate to do it. Let me see if I can get this thing actually upgraded. I don't think I've got anything that'll allow me to upgrade, but... Oh, I got a couple things. Oh, ground gear. Oh, that's like nothing. I've also got these universal ones, but I'd really rather use them for the engineering stuff. We're going to do something about that soon. You know what? No, we're going to deal with it now. As much as I'd like to have her using the good stuff, I would love her to keep her using the Borg prosthetic, but we got to get her matching everybody else here. the shield upgrade really isn't much of an upgrade, so we're going to hold off on that. Alright. So as promised earlier, we're going to take a quick stop back to Kronos, so that we can get that training manual put together. Then we can figure out who's going to get intelligence training. So step 1, we're going to go back to First City. I mean, we could use the Klingon Academy too, I think, but come on. Those are for cadets. We will be making use of Klingon warrior facilities, worthy of a Dahar master and his crew, since, you know, that's the whole point of being here. Let's see. Just trying to remember where they hide the barracks. Ah, I'm pretty sure it's through the door. Yes, yes. Okay, let's see. Ask Fleet. I can't do anything with him. Don't do anything with you. I've already gotten my environmental suits, haven't I? Oh, I've gotten mine. I think the rest are... I'm not sure if I ever did grab the rest, honestly. I'll check later. Marauder, bridge officers, that's for some folks who got special stuff. It's not important. How about over here? Now here you can pick up a couple of exotic officers. You can pretty much grab the standard ones here, but you can also grab intelligence specialists. So you see, if I didn't want to use a manual on one of my existing bridge crew, I can grab specific intel officers here. And that puts me in thinking too, because the Salah has two unique stations, one for miracle workers and one for intelligence. Unfortunately, I don't see miracle worker specialists here, so... Seriously, guys? You've got intelligence, you've got command, you've got pilots, but you don't have the freaking miracle workers? Hey, Zone, how you doing? Happiest guy in the world right now. Politics. Sorry you're going to need to contact me via PMs. That's okay. That's no big deal. But, you know, it's always good to have things go right in your life. I'm glad to hear that, no matter what it might have been. I'll check with you a little later on that. In any event, I'm not... yeah, I've got access to a couple special officers, too. Androids, mostly, but we're not going to deal with the androids right now. I mean, I could. I'm just not gonna. Oh, you want me to drop it there? Just shoot me a DM on the Discord. I'll undoubtedly catch it after the stream, because I can't really be watching the Discord and the stream at the same time, obviously, because, you know, I don't have that sophisticated a setup with multiple computer monitors and multiple windows. I'm so low-tech. I don't know, is the bridge officers training what I need? I thought it was manuals I need. Okay, they got manuals. Okay, so now I gotta check what manuals I need. I know I need intel Let's try this again. I know I need intel manuals. I just don't know off the top of my head which intel manuals. So let's find out. Evade target lock. Intelligence team. Target lock 1. Intelligence team 2. EMP pulse probe 2. So far so good. Intelligence subnucleonic carrier wave 2. Where'd I go? Here we go. Resonant Tachyon Stream 1. And that's going to go with the ground stuff. Tachyon Stream 1. Harmless 2. Harmless? For a Klingon? Ah! As Klingon is fitting then. Harmless! Blah! Neurolytic injection. And finally, lastly, but not leastly, feign disintegration. How do you even... How do you fake being disintegrated? Oh, nuts, I've got in full inventory. Okay, let's see, what can I get rid of immediately? There we go, get rid of... I don't even know why there's colonists there. Alright, now that I've done this, I can go into my R&D, I can go to the officer training, and I can create a intelligence manual, which will take a colossal 30 seconds to complete. And if I'm a Federation guy who drinks way too much blood wine for his own good, their doctors are baffled as to why I'm still alive. Oh, you know, tell you what, if you get tired of the blood wine, I have a barrel of Warnog. Left over from the winter festivities from the queue. I went out of my way to get that Warnog. But, you know, I can understand if, you know, just leaving the barrel there isn't a problem. So we're going to slap these puppies on a targ and have them follow me. Okay. That's one bit of good news. I now can make an officer, an intelligence officer, and it's going to have to be the engineer here, which is Vaadwaur. So let's go to skills and train in intelligence specialist. And now what this allows me to do, Vaadwaur's Rage on command! There you go. Now what I have the access to is another set of abilities, the intelligence abilities, and we've got space and ground abilities. The first, and what a shock. Everything I just picked up as a manual is what's available right here. And we've got a number of possible toys to work with, like evade target lock. I can see how useful that would be. Although I do kind of hate getting rid of engineering team. But hey, I've got somebody else who has engineering team anyway, so who cares? I could care less about the boarding party. What do we have in its place? The intelligence team. Short duration targeting cloak. Reducing the amount of threat. Removes any exposed vulnerability debuffs on me. I'll take it. My Action beam can be replaced by an electromagnetic pulse probe. I like it. It temporarily disable any enemy ships. At least it's a good party trick to converse with Klingon leaders. Once it reaches destination, it explodes, deals kinetic damage, and disables foes caught in the blast. I like it. Looks like we're going to be going all intel here. Finally, the subnucleonic carrier wave. And it looks like it makes life a little rough for using certain systems on the ship. Energy weapons, projectiles, science, tactical, minus 20 power, recharge speed. You know, if there's a lot to say about that, we'll go with that too. Well, Vaadwaur has gone all in as far as intel. Let's see about the ground abilities. Currently, ground ability quick fix, basically a fabrication kind of thing. Or we can go with a resonant tachyon stream, which can drain shields in the plot. Yeah, we like that. We'll go with that. Shield generator fabrication, we'll keep around. Equipment diagnostics, probably I'll keep around. Combat supply. Feigned disintegration. I just can't bring myself to do a feigned disintegration. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just no. So on the ground, at least we'll keep most of our abilities intact there. Now we're going to take a quick hop over to the exchange. Once I get my bearings and remember the way out of here. There we go. What I'd like to do is dump off some of my inventory. You know, the stuff I'd like to hold on to, but could care less about holding on to too long. And more importantly, I want to see if anybody has a Miracle Worker training manual on the exchange for a price that I can tolerate. I mean, since I'm doing specializations, I might as well go all out, right? I may come to regret saying that later. Because not only the fear factor, but also it's a motion accelerator and a war cry together. I can see how that would be useful. Alright, what do I want to get rid of that? Oh, you know what? Just about everything on here I want to get rid of. I get rid of the... well, I'm going to use the duty officer pack now. Deal with those guys later. I have the bridge officer specialization. Oh. Well then, maybe I can fix things quickly. I don't have to go to Bloody Exchange. I can just grab one right here. I must have picked that up for a level reward or something like that. Put fear in your enemies while carving them into 1,000,000 pieces. Yes, that would definitely be a Klingon sort of thing to do. What do I have in this box here? Oh, the Klingon Recruitment Elite Mark. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet, but that's something I could put in the bank. I'm carrying a whole bunch of these commodities, so we'll just throw them in the bank for now. Except the contraband. I could use those at some point. Hopefully. We'll put the Borg prosthetic in here because I'm not convinced I'm done with it yet. And where's my efficient engine? It's not that one. Oh, don't tell me I sold it. I could easily see myself having done that. Okay, how about this? I hit the sort button. There we are. Those guys are future projects. Most of the rest of this stuff is destined for sales, I think. Projectile weapon tech. That can go in my R&D tab. Alright. I think that'll do it for now. So let's take a look at my bridge officers again. Go to the stations. Looks like Chagrin is currently handling the duties on the Miracle Worker slot. That reminds me, let's go back to Vaadwaur for a second. Default ground abilities. Okay. So why are we not... Oh, I probably have to go here and hit reload defaults. There you go. Chagrin. You know what? It might be time to shove Chagrin out the door. Who do I have in the way of Klingon Empire Borg Engineering? Guess what, Chagrin? I'm afraid that your time with us is about over. Like, now. One of 3. And we'll just go with the default. Well, no, I can't bring myself to do that. Let's monkey with her appearance slightly, because why not? Going with the default appearance bores me. See, let's talk heads. If I were really hardcore about this, I would randomly determine. Okay, we'll go with that one. I don't recall seeing that hairstyle before. It must be fairly new. Borg bridge officer suit. Could. But that's, again, boring. Been there, done that. Let's see if we've got something more in mind. You know what? That ain't a bad idea, actually. That ain't a bad idea. We're going to kind of work our way to the classic Klingon uniform. More or less. Back from the days of Captain Kirk and Company. Let's see. No armor. No, not armor. Do we have TOs? We'll keep her feet, though, as Borg feet. And do we have access to... There we go. Simple. Oh, yeah. Let's... No, better yet. Better yet. Not thoughtful. Twitchy. Better. I'm not designing 7 of 9 after all. So Chagrin is booted out. And 1 of 3 is coming in. And we will just... Okay, that should take care of that. Hot cyborg chick! I guess Legend there happened to hear me remark on it, but this is the cyborg chick of my ship. I'm afraid she's not quite up to your standards, I'm afraid. So we'll move 1 of 3 in there, and now that we've trained her up a bit, I should be able to give her the Miracle Worker expertise. Yes, he weeps in anguish. Life's tough all over, man. So what will the Miracle Worker give me to work with here? Starting with space. Right now I've got emergency power to shields, which is good. Or I can destabilize somebody's warp core. I like it. Space ability here. I'm probably going to, unless I see something really good, I'm keeping the engineering team because I do need hull heals. And finally, directed energy modulation or deploy gravitic induction platform, modifying the local gravitational constant to pull in nearby foes and dampen their shields. I like it. And reload default. So I've kind of hammered my defensive abilities a bit, and that may require me to rethink my strategy at some point. But for now, unless that's the universal station. So you know what? Well, no, I need that tactical team though. I need more bridge stations. Yeah. So that takes care of all the work I need to worry about here for now. And it feels like a great place to end the stream today. A useless Skeletor fact: if a Borg drone can hack your mind, they can hack your pleasure sensors. Until we meet again! No! I think that's a good spot to say, we're done for the day. I will return to Sudan next Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to roughly 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, where we will continue our assault on the Vaadwaur. We might need some help on these guys. Also, on Saturday afternoons, I stream Star Citizen. Those streams kick off at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to roughly 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Have a good day. Yes, and you do as well, Ideas. I'll read your Discord message once I'm offline here. So I have not forgotten. I'd like to thank you all for watching, whether you are watching this live on Twitch or catching this video on demand on Twitch or on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. Glad to be able to chat with some of you. Hope to see you again next time. This is Korath Landwalker, signing off.